Good morning, fifth graders. Time for a lesson here. Today's lesson is going to be converting in the metric system. So it's much easier than the customary system. All that we're focused on here is basically moving the decimals left and right. If you want to know where this is located at, here on your Google Classroom here, click on the classwork. We are down in chapter 11. So down here, chapter 11. Click on chapter 11, and here are the notes right in here. If you click on that, you can print out the notes, and also I have attached them to your email. So let's take a look here. Let's see what we have here today. Let me pull up the document here. And here we go. Today what we're focused on once again is converting into the metric system. If we look here, it says to convert a unit in the metric system here, you need to multiply or divide by a power of 10. Okay, so the table lists the powers of 10 to use for converting. So before we get into this right here, basically what we are having here is we're dealing with the kilo, hecto, deca. We have our base units, which are our meters, our grams, our liters, our deci, centa, and milli. So before we get into this here and explain how we're moving the decimal left and right here, let's just talk about what we're dealing here with when we're dealing with length, okay? When we're dealing with length here, we're dealing with our meter. So our base unit is our meter. If we take a look here, if we talk about a kilometer, basically we're dealing to compare it with the customary, we're looking at a mile. So somewhere approximately there. Our unit of our abbreviation is km. The base unit that we use here is 1,000, and its approximate length is about 9 football fields. Then we get into our meters. Okay, we're still dealing with our length here. So our meters. Okay, think of a meter stick, which is what we have used in class before. We're dealing with that as 1, and it's basically half the height of a door. Then we get into our smaller units. Think of a centa. So our centimeter, which our abbreviation is cm. It's basically 1/100th is our base from our base unit here. And the length, think of a raisin. Then we get into even smaller, our millimeters. Okay, the abbreviation is mm. From the base unit, we're dealing with 1/1000. Think of the width of a period at the end of a sentence. So it's very, 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 very small. Then we're getting into mass. Now, mass is compared to weight. Weight we use in our customary. Mass is what we use in the metric. So the basic units of mass that we'll be working with here is the kilogram. And the abbreviation of that is kg. So it's about 1,000 from the base. And then think of that as a mass of a cantaloupe. So you know about the size of a cantaloupe here, about this size right here. That would be our cantaloupe. And then we deal with our grams. So we're dealing with something that's very small. Okay. That unit abbreviation is G. Think of that as our base. That's our 1. And then basically we're dealing with the mass of a raisin. Then we get into how much we can fill something up. So when we're dealing with that, we're dealing with our volume. Okay, with the volume here, we're going to start with our liters first. That's our centerpiece. Okay, that's our base unit. We use the capital letter L. We use that as 1, and figure that as half a bottle of pop. Because figure our pop is in 2 liters. So if you go half of that, that's our 1 liter. And then finally, we have our milliliters here. Our abbreviation is ml. From the base unit, it's 1/1000, and we think of that as about half of an eyedropper. Okay, so the number of base units can be confusing here, but we'll explain more of that as we go. Now, one of the problems that the kids have is, how do I remember this whole thing? The kilo, the hecto, the deca, meter, grams, and liters, our deci, centa, and milli. Well, what we do here is one way that I have the kids to remember how the order of the metric system. There's 2 ways here. We can remember kids have dropped over dead converting metrics. So if we take a look here, K is for the kilo. H is for the hecta, D is for the deca. O really means your original measurement, okay? So either the meters, grams, or your liters, okay? The D is for the deci, C is centa, and M is the milla, okay? Now, one thing that I like to use with the kids, let me move this over here a little bit here so that's right under our math. Okay. One that the kids really like here are kids hate doing math, grammar, literature during Cartoon Mania. Now, why kids like this is because this here is our original, our measurements here. We still have our kilo, our hecta, our deca. Math we represent as our meters. Grammar is our grams, as you see the word gram is in here, and literature is for our liters. So it pretty much looks like our liters here during Cartoon Mania. So this here is the deci, the centa, and the milla. So this is how we remember the order in which the measurements of the metric system here. So if we scroll down here even more, so let's look at some examples that we have here. So it says, hey, we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit. What do? We move the decimal to the right. So what do we mean here? So if you look here, I'm going from kilometers to centimeters. So if we go back up here, okay, I'm over here. Let me circle this here. I'm over here at the kilo, okay? And I want to go, let's see, where does it want us to go here? It wants us to go all the way down to the centa, okay? So I'm at kilo here, and I'm moving it, let's see, I'm moving it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the right. It's going 5 places to the right because I'm going from a kilo to a centa. So what are we going to do here? Put this down here. We are going to be moving this decimal 5 places to the right. Okay, so if we take a look here on the 3, the decimal is right there. So we're going to be moving this decimal 5 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what do you think are going to go in these blank spaces here? You're right. It's the zeros. So we'll put a 0 here, a 0 here, a 0 here, and here, and there. So that answer now would be 300,000 centimeters. So once here, let's look at this other example here. We are going from meters to millimeters right here. So let's take a look, our meters to our millimeters. So we're going to scroll up here. So we're starting here at our meters, right in here. And we're going all the way down here to the millimeters. So we're moving decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the right. It's going to the right. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So clear this, scroll down here. So now we want to move this 3 places to the right. So let's pull up our pen. Here's our decimal point right here. So we're going to move it 1, 2, 3 places to the right. And as you know before, we put in these blanks, we'll put our zeros here, a 0 here, which gives us a final answer of 6,500 millimeters. Okay, so far we're pretty good. So let's take a look here. Let's clear this. Now, what happens if we're going from a smaller unit to a larger one? Well, guess what? We're going to do the opposite. So let's take a look here. So it says when going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, move the decimal to the left. Underline that. Make sure you understand we're moving it to the left. So let's do that here. So if we take a look here, we are going from meters to kilometers. So let's scroll up here. We are starting here at the meters. So as you see here, we have our meters right here. We're going all the way over here to the kilometers. So let's see where we're going. How many places are we moving? 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So let's move this 3 places to the left. So clear this. We'll scroll this down here. So as you see, we're going to move this decimal 3 places left. If, as you know, in 45, the decimal is to the right of the 5. It's right there. So we're going to move it 3 places to the left. Move my decimal over. So that's 1, 2, 3 places. The new decimal, I'm going to put that in blue. New decimal is going to go right here. Okay, so what do we have to add here? We have to add our 0. So the answer is 0.045 kilometers. Okay, very, very good, guys. Let's take a look here. We got 580 centimeters. We are going to kilometers. Okay, so which way do you think we're moving it? Yes, you are right, to the left. So centimeters to kilometers. So let's see, we got here centimeters to kilometers. So we're going to start here at our centimeters right here. And we're going all the way down here to the kilometers. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My mouse got stuck right there. And 5. So let's see, which way did we go with this? We went to the left. We went to the left-hand side here. So that's pretty good. Good here to go. So now let's go back here and let's move this 5 places to the left. So as you look here, down here, we're going to move this 5 places to the left. So let's put this back in here in red. Okay, so the decimal here is on 580. So we're going to move it 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the new decimal is going to go right here. We'll put our little dot right there. So as you know, what is going to go into those blanks? That will be our zeros. Put a 0 there and there. So our answer is right down here. It's 0.0058 kilometers. So everybody understand that. Once again, let's look at this here really quick. If we are going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, we move it to the right. If we are going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we're moving it to the left. As you see down here, there are some problems here that you can try. So why don't you take some time, put the video on pause, and try these out and see what answers you get. Okay, guys, welcome back. Here we go. Let's take a look here. Let's see what answers you got. Okay, so now we're dealing with the mass of a cow. Okay, so think about this. Mass, we're going to be dealing with what unit of measurement? Grams. Very, very good. So if we look at our chart up at the top with the grams, well, we're looking and saying, hey, the biggest grams we can use is a kilogram. And that's the size of a cantaloupe. That's how much a cantaloupe basically weighs. That's the mass. So guess what? We're going to have to use kilograms here also. Let's see if I can write that down there. Not too bad. Now, we're dealing with length. We're dealing with the length of a carrot. So think about your length of a carrot. Now, we're not going to be dealing with a meter stick. As you know, meter sticks really, really long. So we need something, not too bad. We're not dealing with these baby carrots here, maybe a regular sized carrot. So I would probably say let's work with a centimeter here. Let's go with our centimeter here. And now we're dealing with capacity, okay? We're dealing with our volume. Capacity deals with the volume here. So let's see. If we look at our volume stuff, we have liters. Think about your pops. That's too big. A thimble. Some of you say, what is a thimble? I have no clue what a thimble is. Well, really don't expect you guys to. That's for us old folks to know. A thimble is used in sewing. It actually goes on our thumb so we don't stick our thumb with a needle. So it goes over top of that. If you've ever played Monopoly, there's a thimble in Monopoly. Now that's much smaller, but hey, that's what a thimble looks like. So we're dealing with capacity with that. So what we're going to be dealing with here is known as our milliliters. There we go. Milliliters deals with our capacity. Okay, so now I think we got those. Let's look and see what we have down here. We've got to convert these metrics systems here. So let's take a look here. Okay, if we take a look here at this first one here, hey, guess what? We're going from grams to milligrams, bigger to smaller. So we are going to be moving this to the right 3 places. So if I move this 3 places to the right, the decimal that is, decimal being right here, move it 3 places to the right, I get 45,000. There we go, 45,000. We moved it 3 places to the right. Next one, we're going milliliters to liters. If we take a look at there, we're going from smaller to larger. So which way are we moving it? You are right, to the left 3 places. Okay, so we move this to the left 3 places. 1, 2, 3. We get 3.45. If you want to put the 0 in, you can put the 0 in. You're good to go. Okay, let's look again. Number 6. Let's look here at number 6. We are going to the bigger to a smaller. That means we're going to the right. And if we look at things here, we are going 3 places once again. So 3 places to the right gives us 4,500. There we go, 4,500 millimeters. Number 7, liters to milliliters. So we're going from big to small. Big to small means go to the right. Going to the right 3 places. Okay, if I go to the right 3 places, 1, 2, 3, we have a blank hole there. So it's 1,680 milliliters. Okay, here we go. I got centimeters to millimeters, bigger to smaller. Once again, go to the right, but this time we're only going 1. Okay, so we move this 1 place to the right. This gives us 280 millimeters. Number 9, grams to kilograms, smaller to bigger. We go to the left. Go to the left. How many places are we going to go here to the left? We're going to go 3 places to the left. Move it to the left 3 places. 1, 2, and 3. So we get 7.658 kilograms. Number 10, centimeters to meters, smaller to our bigger. So we're going to the left, but we're only going 2 places here. 2 places, move it 2 places, 1, 2. That gives us 6 meters. Milligrams to grams, smaller to bigger. So we are going to the left again. This time we're going 3 places. So move this decimal 3 places, which gives us 5 grams. Very, very good, guys. Okay, kilometers to meters. So bigger to smaller, we're going to the right. And we're going to the right 3 places here. Move this decimal 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So it gives us 5,100 meters. There we go. Number 13, liters to milliliters, bigger to smaller. Move it to the right 3 places. Move it 3. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 1,780 milliliters. Last 4 of these ones. Okay, liters to milliliters. So we're going bigger to smaller. Move it to the right 3 places. So move this to the right 3 places. 1, 2, 3. That gives us 780 milliliters. Number 15, meters to kilometers. So we're going from a smaller to a bigger. Left. We're going to go left 3 places. So this is going to give us 4.3 kilometers. Last 2, centimeters to meters. So we're going from a smaller to a larger. Smaller to a larger, we go left. And we're going to take this 2 places. 2, move it 1, 2, which gives us 90 meters. And then finally, number 17, milligrams to grams. So we're going smaller to bigger. Once again, to the left, 3 places. So this gives us 8 grams. So hopefully everybody got those ones right. Make sure you've checked your answers here. Last one down here. Let's see what we got down here. So it says, it is recommended that people have 1 gram of calcium each day. How many milligrams of calcium is that? So if we look here, we're going from 1 gram, and we want to know how many milligrams, oh, that's a terrible G, milligrams this is. So as you see, we are going from a larger to a smaller. So that means we're going to be moving it to the right. Oh, Mr. Spencer put that on the wrong way. Let's back that up here. To the right, okay? To the right 3 places. So we move it to the right 3 places. This is going to give us 1,000 milligrams. So guys, I hope that you understood the lesson. If not, rewatch it. Take your time and go through it. I am uploading this to YouTube, so hopefully it'll be easier for you to access. So other than that, guys, enjoy your day. Work on your homework. The homework is not due until Tuesday, so that gives you some time to work on everything. Other than that, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.